So I've been playing Trailmakers for like 6 or 7 years since it released on console. So I've picked up a few like tips and tricks that I use in building along the way. Now, a few of you have pointed out that I use some of these and explain some of these in my videos, which I think is nice. So that's what this entire video is. Here's all of the tips and tricks. Some of them are bugs, some of them are just little things that I can think of. Starting out here, we have fast pistons. Now, these pistons are faster than speed 100 pistons, and it is because they actually speed negative 100 pistons. Now, I think this is because when you start at the speed of 1, that is the base speed, and negative 100 is 101 units away from that, whereas 100 is 99 units away from that, so I think that's why these are faster. As you can see here, if I switch these to normal speed, I forgot a thing. No, it just didn't set the speed correctly. But as you can see here, these ones not nearly as fast. It's still speed 100, but it's not nearly as fast as if we did negative output, speed negative 100. Because then we can just... It didn't set the speed again. I should just start checking. But yeah, then we can get really fast things. And people have used this to make, like, guns that you can have bullets that move faster on, because this will accelerate guns. So, like, if I put a... what can I put there? Weapons... If I put a large cannon here, set this to right-click to start, it goes about that far. But if I bind it to left-click, and set like a 0.03 delay on it, I can get it to go... I have to wait for it to recharge. Much further, as you can see. So that can be useful in a variety of situations, and you can do it to most projectiles. Up next, we have power couplings being glitchy. That's just fun. And it can be used if you're not in contact with terrain to make a jet have a constantly shifting center of mass. Because as you can see, the camera is moving a little bit. So this can make it harder for things to lock on, although it's hard to tune to do such. I'm just using the pistons here, the max speed pistons, to make them unstable. They're all at 0 strength. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but this is just what I'm doing for demonstration purposes. They kind of freak out completely, and then explode. Which brings me to my next thing, power coupling, but stable. So all of these are 0 strength, and yet when I detach this, they hold this form. So basically what's happening here is, when detachable blocks are at the end of a physics thing, they... And they're set to make scrap, I don't think it matters what they're set to, in most circumstances, then that thing becomes solid as if the detachable blocks were still there, because the game doesn't realize, oh hey, I should now calculate physics on this when I didn't used to need to. So then you could just have really stable physics objects, especially power coupling. Up next here we have remote control, which that didn't quite work, because, as you can see here, we have 2 seats here, XOR gates running into all of the controls on this seat, and then the thing about remote control is actually you have to delete the seat that is on that and then replace it, because the seat on this thing has to be the most recently placed seat, which is not how that thing saved. So if I just respawn, go like this, I'll be able to control that. And I can go left, I can go right, I can go forwards and backwards. This is just a little creation I made to show the remote control. Almost looks like a little battle bot. It's just one of the smallest things I can make. So it's pretty cool. Another thing you can make to make you go faster is this little UFO engine. Now, this is not an optimized design for it at all. In fact, I just kind of threw this together for this, but as you can see, I'm going like 410 kilometers an hour, so I'm not doing too bad. This is without this is with the aerodynamics, so I haven't zero-dragged this, and I didn't optimize this a ton. But if you use hinges to clip something into a UFO pad like this, or a hover pad like this, then you can go decently fast. And with that, it has like a ton of acceleration as well. Up next here we have one-way glass. This is useful for making like fighter jet cockpits. So as you can see here, cannot see what's on the other side of this glass until I turn around. Then you can just absolutely see what's on the other side. Now what this is it's just a normal block with the glass filter on, and then you can just put a decal on it. And since the decals only have one-sided textures, this makes one-way glass. What I do is I typically have a square, set it to whatever color, and then have the size be 10, although you can have whatever shape to fit whatever thing you want. Up next we have hinges clipping into blocks. So when you have something on a hinge, it is in a different weld group, and as long as it's not a different weld group, then it's going to be fine. So here we can just have it clip through everything, but like I said, if I pull in the one that is a different weld group, they'll kind of collide. And then they'll start doing weird things on that. So you kind of have to be careful about this, that you're not intersecting them, because they will be fairly disconnected and not work that well. But you can do it if it's, like I showed to start, just stationary and on the first platform. Now the next one's going to be a little bit hard to see, but as you can see, I'm accelerating decently quickly, but like I still have acceleration time. And I'm still like taking time until I get to my max speed. What this little trick does is it is going to stop that from being a thing. So basically, we have a NOR gate running into a rocket engine, or any type of propulsion, and then we want to just set it to 0.01. That'll keep it so that it is constantly accelerating, so it's at the max accelerating state, but the output is actually not enough to notice. But it's in the constant accelerated state when we want to apply our own boost. So on this engine, it is a little bit harder to notice, but I am instantly accelerating as before I was not. It kind of looks like I'm jumping at this point off of the air. So this is really useful. I just have a NOR gate running into it at 0.001. Not 0.00, 0.01. And then that gives me just immediate acceleration because it's constantly being accelerated. Now this can get a little bit iffy when you're dealing with, like, working with negative values and stuff like that. But for rockets and jets and, like, space thrusters, it's pretty good. Now, up last, we have the classic piston glitch. As you can see here, I can clip something into my seat, I can clip something into the platform below, and it's all behaving. Once again, it does work on the weld group, so if you have two going into each other, it's not gonna really work out. But that's actually what I used in this build. I'm gonna delete the seat and then replace it, because that's what you need to do for RC. I used it in this build to make this whole seat just go into that, which makes it look really small, and lets me be able to make something this small and functional. A lot of people use that to detail builds and to get, like, angles of things that are not super usual to the blocks that we can use, but people also use hinges for that. I think I'm going to wrap it up with the piston glitch there. I don't have any more that I remember at this moment. I did spend like an hour or two coming up with these. I didn't invent almost... I don't think I invented any of these. I did find out about the Hinge thing, the power coupling thing, where it keeps its physics on my own, but I'm sure someone else has done that before. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you learned something, you can feel free to subscribe if you want to. Leave a comment. It actually really helps the video when you leave a comment. Like, I've looked at my video analytics, and the ones with comments do so much better than the ones without comments, because, like, it's viewer engagement, which is a big part of what YouTube cares about. It's not, like, the only thing that YouTube cares about, but it's what recommends it to other people based on your engagement, which it's not 100% based on, but it does really help. So if you want to do that, that would be helpful. Have a good day, and see ya!